Okay.
All right, welcome, guys. This is a great episode because I just forgot to connect the audio to the stream, so we have to start all over again. This is amazing. Even after 5 seasons, I have really not learned anything. I would say, So welcome everyone to another brand new episode of Friday Night Live. We are going live from Studio 7 Bangalore. I was just telling you guys that how eventful this week was for us because we had a lot of deals that we closed. We are also producing a new artist. And most important, you see a lot of people in the house and they were waving at you. Again, sir, yes, thank you. Yeah, sorry, I just muted the audio for good and bad reasons. I'm still learning. But then again, welcome everyone to a brand new episode. Today we have a singer whom I found on Instagram. Right, so I usually like to browse Instagram. Well, who doesn't at this time? But then again, I browse because I want to listen to more musicians and more music, different types of music. And of course, as a part of FNL, we do that. And we found the singer. I thought she was amazing. Then I sent it out to the team. I said, guys, what do you think? And they said, yeah, she sounds good. Why don't we call her and check, if she's available? And we hit up and she said, yes, yeah, I would love to do it. And we were like, okay, that's awesome. But there is more than just one side of music to the artist that we are featuring today. And we'll talk a lot about her influences, of course, and her musical journey. And of course, we'll listen to a lot of her own compositions and also some covers, so that's going to be interesting. So without any further ado, guys, let's welcome the star of the evening, Sahana Naresh. Yes, please welcome Sahana. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction.
Hi, Sahana.
Hi. Lovely to be here.
Yes, you can also tell a hi to the online audience who have been waiting since, I think, about 15 minutes exactly.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And I'm just excited to be able to sing some music for you guys this evening.
Yes, Sahana. Let's start with the typical cliche question that I start the FNL with. But then again, since it's cliche, I also want to clarify that that's a very important question for an artist, right? Which is, why music?
So music has always been a big part of my life. I grew up in a home full of musicians. So my father plays the veena, my mom is a wonderful singer. And so there was always a part of our childhood, and we learned Carnatic. My sister and I learned Carnatic music as children. We learned Bharatanatyam. So music was always a big part of me. But I think somewhere I just didn't have the courage to make it, a full-time career. So I sort of took the long and winding road back to music, because I went into the corporate world and very quickly left it and said, no, I have to go back to music.
Yes.
So I would say one day I asked myself the question, if I didn't get paid a single penny, what would I be able to wake up and do every single day? And I know music is notorious for being paid poorly.
Absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
For me, the answer was just a resounding, it was just resoundingly music. So for me, it was just a no-brainer. I had to figure out how to make it work in that part of my life. But it's just something that I really enjoy, and I can't imagine doing anything else.
That's a very beautiful answer, I would say. And just a quick note to all the people who are in the corporate world: there is a light at the end of the tunnel, right?
I just think I probably wasn't the best fit for the world that I was living in, the corporate side of things. But yeah.
I'm sure a lot of corporate people would resound to that feeling, already. But then again, that's awesome, Sahana. I'm so glad that you chose music, because then we can listen to another artist, perform their live at FNL. Yes, there is lots to talk about, Sahana, and I have a lot of questions, because while after the sound check we synced up, briefly, and there's so many questions that popped into my head. So we'll talk about it, but let's kickstart the evening, Sahana. Everybody is waiting to listen to your voice, your compositions, and of course your music. So let's kickstart. What's the first song, Sahana?
The first song I thought I'll share with you all is the title track of my debut EP.
Yes.
It's called Shore Out of Reach. And this is a song, it's almost an ode to the ocean.
Right.
I grew up in Chennai, and for me it was just something that felt like a natural thing to celebrate. So this is about my dreams and the ocean and all the whims and all the dreams that people have as they're close to the beach.
Yes.
So this is called Shore Out of Reach.
Shore Out of Reach. Here we go, guys. FNL Season 5, Episode 3, starring Sahana Naresh, starting the live show. Take it away in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Shore Out of Reach. I'm far away from the land where I was raised and planned. This is a song about the refugee in me and about my journey to the sea. I found a way to a magic square where a sailor had a word to share. He told me about a township in a future scene, and he took me to his time machine. You'll find it where the wild sun goes down, far behind the hills. I'll guide you till you drift away on the waves. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-da. I woke up and found myself on a boat that was made out of 2 seashells. Almost arrived on the shoreline when my alarm pulled me back on a twine. Though it was just a dream, I still remember that Every time I hear the water preach, it reminds me of a shore out of reach. You'll find it where the wild sun goes down, far behind the hills. I'll guide you till you drift away on the waves. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. Thank you.
That was a brilliant start, Sahana.
Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I have heard your voice on Spotify, and you sound brilliant. I have heard your EPs that you have released on Spotify. You sound brilliant. But I don't know. Today is something magical. I don't want to call it a studio effect because, of course, it is our studio. But somehow, it's just sounding so
Your
full.
studio is lovely, though. I have to give a lot of credit to the lovely equipment you have here. So I would say maybe 50-50. We can share the credit.
Yeah, I think it's more like 30-60 or 70, 70 on your side and 30 on us, because such a beautifully written composition, Sahana. I mean, of course, it does bring you the Chennai vibe, because, you can literally imagine sitting on a beach shore, and of course, that's not reachable. It's not in your hands. But I just want to ask you, like, again, another musician to another musician, right? When you think of writing a song, there's always that one spark, right, which forces you or pulls you towards completing the entire emotion. What was this for this? Were you literally alone in Chennai beach writing this?
I think I have to say my spark was my producer and cousin, Keshav, who produced my EP. So he is a big part of my inspiration, and he's really, I don't know if he's watching, but he sort of gave me the confidence that I could write my own music.
Right.
So yeah, I think the whole song is really entrenched in all our holidays were in Mahabalipuram. So
wow.
It was all about the beach and the sand in your feet and, that whole vibe. So that was really the inspiration. But a lot of the love for this song and a lot of the creative genius does come from him, because he's been such a close partner that I've worked with. And there are a lot of other songs that I had written, and they were just sitting on my phone in voice notes. And
right.
he sort of really heard them, and he was like, "Hey, you need to take this seriously. You need to start recording something. Do a demo, do a scratch. I'll help you." So usually my songwriting process is me putting together some lyrics and some chords and some very nice simple idea, and then working very closely with him to really sort of see how do we bring it to life.
Wow.
But yeah, to answer your question, this is just Keshav and my love for the ocean.
Exactly. Keshav, if you're watching, dude, that's amazing. It's always great to inspire artists. I personally find that, a very difficult quality to have as an individual. In general, to inspire anyone, but mainly artists, because artists are really cranky. They are moody. They're probably much more like, I don't know. I mean, between an artist and a kid, I think you can manage a kid. You can't manage an artist, and that's how different we guys are. But then, kudos to you, dude. I mean, it's a brilliantly produced song, or the thought at least, and beautifully written, Sahana. Let me just quickly read out the chat. I mean, a lot of people. Okay, where do I start? So, Deepak Lamani is here. He's a flautist. He's an amazing artist. He's here. He says best wishes, Sahana.
Thank you, Deepak.
Ruhi from Bombay. She's again another brilliant artist.
Thank you, Ruhi.
She says best of luck, Sahana, and Studio 7. Thank you. Manas Mahesh, mesmerizing song, beautifully sung.
Thank you.
And Ruhi says something. Such a calming and soothing voice. Such a cute composition too.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much.
Yes, the Madhvi is here. Hello, hi guys. Anupam Sen Gupta, congratulations. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
So Abhilash Sheth is here. He's another musician whom we've already, or rather artist whom we've already featured in FNL, and he says nice composition. Good luck.
Thank you.
Madhavi says, in Golden Moon Resort, play some dance number. I will play it for my whole team. Well, this is really an intimate session that we are having, Madhu. I'm sure that Sahana has something fast numbers as well.
I
but
have some slightly
yeah,
higher energy ones too.
we'll get there. We'll get there. And Ruhi says it requires a different kind of courage to follow your passion and not just give into the daily survival struggles. That's true. That's absolutely true. And what a time we are having. We just kick started the Friday evening with a very beautiful ocean setup song. Looking forward. Sahana, what's the next song?
The next song is actually one of my favorite bands. They're a British band called Keen.
Yep.
I don't know if you know
Yes.
them. So there was a point in my life where I was just obsessed with them.
Right.
So that's all I would listen to.
Yeah.
I had, I don't know if you've heard of these, I had a Zune player because I worked for Microsoft.
Yeah,
And
sure. Yeah.
when we were interns, that's what we were given
Yeah,
as a gift. And so my Zune was just filled with Keen songs. And any trip I would take, or if I was driving or on a train or something, that's all I'd listen to. So I thought, I should maybe do a little tribute to them because they've
Why
had
not?
such an influence on my music.
Absolutely.
So this is a song called Everybody's Changing.
Fantastic. So we have Sahana playing a cover version of the band Keen, right? And let's...
Rajesh says, I'm keen on Keen. That's actually a
True.
good pun.
That's
I
a
didn't
good
think
one.
to say that.
Yeah. So Keen on Keen. Let's hit the chord. Take it away in 3, 2, 1, and go.
This is called Everybody's Changing. You say you wander your own land, but when I think about it, I don't see how you can. You're aching, you're breaking, and I can see the pain in your eyes. 'Cause everybody's changing and I don't know why. So little time trying to understand that I'm trying to make a move just to stay in the game. I try to stay awake and remember my name, 'cause everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. Oh, everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. You're gone from here, soon you will disappear, fading into beautiful light. 'Cause everybody's changing and I don't know why. So little time trying to understand that I'm trying to make a move just to stay in the game. I try to stay awake and remember my name, 'cause everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. Oh, everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. So little time trying to understand that I'm trying to make a move just to stay in the game. I try to stay awake and remember my name, 'cause everybody's changing and I don't feel the same. Oh, everybody's changing and I don't feel the same.
Wow. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Everybody is changing and I don't feel the same. Absolutely
you.
true. Sometimes you can really connect to the sentences yeah, beautiful
They
lyrics.
have so many beautiful songs and just song after song. I don't know how they, churned out one great song after the next.
Yeah, I mean, for me, most important to talk about is, of course, the band originals and all of those things. But the way you have sung the song, your vocal texture is just brilliant, Sahana.
Thank you so
Brilliant.
much. Thank
And
you.
I would say you have such a beautiful command over your vocals. It's just not. So, you have a range and you know what your right extreme is and you know what your left extreme is. So, and sometimes people have limited ranges, so they try to, they're very smart, so they play around with that. But then you have a beautiful texture right from the lower registers to the higher ones.
Thank you.
It's just such a fantastic vocals to listen to. And of course, because I'm a sound engineer myself, I always get excited when I see a different textured voice, because I can already in my head imagine how you would sound, on a Neumann microphone that we use, So sorry, that's just my thoughts talking. But coming back to you, Sahana, I mean, let's talk about your journey a bit, okay? So you're singing English songs. That's awesome, right? And you've also released an English EP.
That's right.
That's also awesome. But then again, you are classically trained, if I'm right.
That's right. I am. I'm actually, my Instagram page says Indie and Hindustani.
Right.
Although my content leans more towards, indie, and I do a bit of covers and Hindi pop and, Hindi indie. I do a mix of everything, but I think my heart is equally in Hindustani music as well. And, as a child, I learned a lot of Carnatic music. So Indian classical music is a significant part of who I am as a musician. Awesome. So I'm still trying to figure out how I want to tell that story for myself, because I find that they're very, I'm straddling two different worlds.
Yeah.
But it's a significant part of who I am. And I think the rigorous voice culture that I've been through in Hindustani music, and I know you've studied it too, so the paltas and, when you learn a rag, how you learn different compositions in the same rag. So you try to, you understand the thinking of different composers, right? Correct. How does each composer look at the same rag? Yeah. So you find all these beautiful avenues. And then, of course, a big part of artistry is how do you take these compositions and make them your own? Yeah,
I was just coming to that, right? Because, yes, you can have all the plethora of knowledge that you can gain on YouTube or from the gurus. But trying to internalize that and trying to express that, through your identity, I think that takes a great skill. But for me, what is more interesting is that you have more of Indian classical influence, right? Carnatic. And if I'm right, we were talking in the break, you're still learning Hindustani classical. I
am. I'm continuing to train, and I think it's a lifelong journey. I don't think it ever ends. And actually, funnily, the more I learn, the less I feel I know, which is kind of a scary feeling, because it's such an ocean. And, I felt like at some point, I'll get a little more confident, I'm learning so much and putting in all this effort. And every time I learn more and I learn different rags and I learn different compositions, I'm like, oh my God, boy, I don't know anything. Like, that's the feeling I walk away with.
That's a fantastic feeling for an artist to have, if you personally ask me, because I was just telling your dad, by the way, guys, just let me quickly introduce, I don't know. So that's the dad who also plays the veena.
Yeah, he's a great veena player. My mom is a great
classical musician.
So is my sister, actually.
There's
She's
the mom.
shy, but she sings really
well. Yes, she's a singer, and there's the sister. I saw her singing outside the studio.
She sings harmony with me sometimes, if I bribe her with something that she likes.
I love this. I really like musical families, primarily because then you don't need to explain why you are zoned out, which I have to do quite a lot, to be honest, with my family, especially with my mom. I had a lot of struggles, growing up, because suddenly you just zone out because you're thinking about some rag or some scale or some song that somebody has written and then people don't, hey, kya hua? What happened? What happened? Why?
Yeah,
why
that's a
you low?
problem I luckily never faced. Even when I
Exactly.
decided to quit my job, a really good job, like the job that someone would want to have.
Yeah.
And my parents, even my husband, he was like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, I was all ready for a, fight. I was like, I got my arguments ready and this is why and this is why. And I never got to use it. They were like, okay, we get it. It makes sense. You can try it out, see where it goes. So,
wow. So
yeah,
kudos to the family who's sitting here. And of course, I think the husband is outside taking care of the baby girl. Kudos to them, for supporting Sahana and her music. And it's so lovely and such a beautiful family vibe we are getting today. It's like, wow, this is awesome. But then again, we have something else to do, which is to listen to more of Sahana. So what's the third song, Sahana?
The third song is actually a song that brought me back to songwriting almost after a decade, I think. I used to write music many, many years ago, and I wrote a lot of songs, even as a teenager, but I never really liked them, So they would just sort of sit in a notepad or they would sit in a little voice note on my phone. And when my daughter was born in 2019, something shifted in my head. Suddenly there was this new bout of inspiration.
Right,
And,
right.
So I wrote, I just picked up a pen and a paper and I had a bunch of ideas and I put it down. And so this next song is actually called Milky Hands. And it was inspired by the day that I met my daughter. And, just how, people who have kids can relate to this. You go your whole life, you meet someone you love, you get married, and it's wonderful. But then when you have a child and you just hold this little person in your hand, you're like, this is a love that I had never known before. It was just, it took over my whole being. I was so overwhelmed by it in a wonderful way. But also as a new mom, I was nervous and I had all this anxiety for my daughter's safety. But at the same time, it was such a beautiful experience. So for me, music is a way that I sort of come to terms with what I'm processing in my life.
Yeah.
So Milky Hands is one of those songs which sort of has these dual emotions. There's a lot of love, but there's also a bit of anxiety in the chorus.
I mean, guys, just so that she's already released this song on Spotify, and if you just open the description, you can find the links to her Instagram handle. Please follow her. She's amazing.
Thank
She
you.
keeps posting her music wherever she is, even if she's at home or wherever she is performing. That's one. Second is she has released her EP, and I remember she sent me her Spotify link, and I was sitting in the studio. Okay, let's just listen to this artist, and I heard all her songs, but my favorite of them was Milky Hands. I was just telling her just before we started the show, and the only reason why I liked it is because it's a very beautiful thought. It's about the mother, and well, let me just shut up. Just listen to it, and you will figure out why this is so special. Over to you, Sahana. Take it away in 3, 2, 1. Well, my partner, whenever I say shut up, my partner is really excited, all right? He's like, thank God this guy can shut up for once and we can listen to music. But then again, let's do this. Take it away in 3, 2, 1 and
Thank
go.
you. Toes, your toes, your everlasting smile, hand on my face, could stare at you for a while. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Hands, your hands, your perfect little nose, your feet on me, my love for you grows. This world, how will it treat you? For I can only keep you here with me for now. take me to a familiar place. Lips, your lips, sitting on my cheek. Your curious face is more beautiful every week. This world, how will it treat you? For I can only keep you here with me for now. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. This world, how will it treat you? For I can only keep you here with me for now. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
Wow, 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 wow. Yes. I mean, my partner is just saying that, he needs two more verses,
Two more verses.
to enjoy the song. But what a beautiful song, man. I mean, I was telling you guys, because I heard the song on Spotify and I was like, man, what a beautiful thought this is. I mean, yes, you're right. There is a sense of love, and at the same time, the anxiety of the mother as well. That comes in saying, when you grow old, what's going to happen to you? I'm already anxious about it and things like that. But what a beautiful thought, Sahana. Congratulations
you.
on even having that thought, and putting it to words. I know how difficult writing songs or writing melodies are, right? And more important is trying to assimilate your thought while we are doing that, right? So I think that is a skill by itself, and it's wonderful to listen to this. Let me just quickly read out some of the comments here. People are going crazy. Yes, S Ramaswamy, excellent. I'm just trying to randomly pick up the chat because it's difficult to read every chat. Indmati Vedagiri, my God, what a soothing voice, what a wonderful presentation. Great, get going, baby. You are the replica of Naresh.
Okay.
Alexandra Pultis, sorry. Alexandra says, love it. She sends a lot of heart. Rajni Naresh, beautiful singing. Then Ruhi says, gosh, her composure is superb. I think she's talking about when you're singing, the ease with which you are singing is just brilliant.
That's very kind.
Alexandra says, Cologne is listening. Wow. So we are live in Cologne. Thank you so much. This is awesome. Geetanjali Subramaniam sends, I mean, there's a lot of hearts. I can't really read hearts, but just know that lot of love for you coming your way.
Thank you.
Yes, and Kailash Srinivasan, listening from Canada. This is incredible. Thank you. Wow. We are also live in Canada. Thank you so much, people, for listening. Sorry? Okay.
Please subscribe to Studio 7's wonderful YouTube channel.
Sorry,
all of you listening. They have Friday Night Live every week. This is season 5, episode 3. There are many amazing artists coming. And make sure you sign up so you don't miss future artists, because these guys are doing an amazing thing, trying to, give artists a platform. And I'm thrilled to be here. So please do me a favor and subscribe to their channel.
Yeah, thank you, Sahana. I get so excited talking to the artist that I actually forget what I'm supposed to say.
I know. It's subscribing to artist pages, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. It's a great way to support independent artists. Yes. It's a great way to support studios that are doing such awesome work. So it's a one click and it doesn't cost you anything.
Thank you so much. But guys, then again, please do follow Sahana's music as well. Like I said, the links to her songs, a Spotify link and her Insta is there in the description. Pull it out. And I know we have our usual suspects. I call them usual suspects because they love our show and they're always, on the show on Friday tuning in. And well, Ruhi's already pulling my leg.
Yeah, kudos to your audience because,
Yeah.
I mean, artists are going to be performing to themselves otherwise if we don't have people listening.
Yeah, true.
So I think they're such an important part of the whole ecosystem.
Yeah. I mean, and what's more important is, guys, usual suspects, please follow Sahana's music. She's awesome. She's also going to be releasing her new single soon. That's what she told me during the break. But then, what's more important is, yes, Ruhi, I blushed. That's absolutely right. Ruhi just commented saying Nadeem blushed. So I said, yes, absolutely. Pierre, love this. Pierre from Paris. Maybe one of your fan.
He's a friend of mine.
Friend,
yes.
yeah. Hey,
I know he likes Milky Hands. I know he's told me it's one of his favorite songs.
Yes. So he says, love this. Surya Prabha, beautiful. I have goosebumps. Lots of love to you.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind.
Thank you, all you lovely people. We are vibing. We are having a great time with Sahana. But then again, let's move on. What's the next song, Sahana?
The next song is actually, I'm trying something different. So it's a little bit experimental. It's not a genre that I've usually explored a lot, but this is it's a song, it's a bluegrass song. I'm going to try to replicate it with my guitaring skills. But this is from a band called Joy Kills Sorrow, which I actually heard in the US in 2011 in a bluegrass festival that my husband actually dragged me to because I didn't even know what bluegrass was. And he was like, a bunch of people holding mandolins and banjos. It looks really cool. Let's just go, And I was like, oh, I'm so tired. It's a weekday. Why are you dragging me? And all. And then I went there and I had the best time.
Yeah.
It was just this amazing band. If you ever get a chance, look them up on Spotify. They're called Joy Kills Sorrow.
That's
and
an amazing
they
band.
have a really nice banjo player on I don't think they're together anymore, but they've put out a bunch of great songs.
Yes.
And it's just such a beautiful genre because then I discovered so many artists, and bluegrass is a huge thing by itself, And I didn't even know it existed for the longest time. And this is a really great song called New Shoes.
New Shoes.
And it's, I think, covered by Joy Kills as well, but it's originally written by someone else. So this is my version of New Shoes.
All right. So take it away in 3, 2, 1, and go.
If you're going down to New Orleans, baby, won't you take me with you? Oh, I can't stand sitting around wondering what it is that you do. Seems the way that you talk to me ain't like the way you used to. Oh, if things round here don't straighten out, I'm gonna buy myself some new shoes. I'm gonna walk away from your heart. I'm gonna sing my way back home. Do-do-do. Louisiana and Baton Rouge, Newtown, sing the blues to you. Oh, I said I'd call you on a telephone. I found out you're not all alone and I'm blue. I said I'd walk on down to the 5 and dime, buy some shoes, start looking fine today. Oh, I got my head up high and I'll never cry. Gonna carry on that way. I'm gonna walk away from your heart. I'm gonna sing my way back home. Do-do-do. Louisiana and Baton Rouge, Newtown, sing the blues to you. Oh, I said I'd call you on a telephone. I found out you're not all alone and I'm blue. Doo doo doo. I'm gonna walk away from your heart. I'm gonna sing my way back home. Doo doo doo. Thank you.
That was some fun. Somebody asked for some dance music. I think it was Madhavi who's sitting there somewhere with her team, chilling out. Maybe I hope you had the chance to do some dancing, around for this song. Yeah, bluegrass dance.
The
But
bluegrass
yeah, but great song, Sahana. I've never heard this band, but then again, it reminds me. I mean, its genre sounds very familiar. Very country folkish.
Exactly.
kind of,
It has
right?
a very country folkish,
Yeah.
vibe.
But amazing, but really, really amazing. That brings me to the next question, right? So you're Hindustani. So you learn Carnatic and then you still continue Hindustani. Maybe for our audience who are mostly musicians, right? And of course there are other non-musicians, but music lovers. It's important for them to understand, like, how do you switch? Because when you're singing English, right? To be honest, when you send me a Spotify link, I assumed safely that you're an English singer, right? So maybe you would have learned Western classical vocals, blah blah blah. But then when I spoke to you and you mentioned, so I just want to ask you, how do you transition, right? Because musically talking, any form of classical music has a lot of notes, right?
Right.
Indian classical music, I
Right.
mean. But whereas Western classical music doesn't have many notes in the melody, right? Versus Indian classical, where there are variations, the ending notes are very important. The time you take to arrive at the ending note is also very challenging, because then you could have multiple ways to come through. But then when you're singing English, it just sounds like, oh my God, this girl just doesn't know Indian classical at all. Like, it's like, so how do you make the shift? Just very curious to know.
I think sing a song. I just actually performed. We had Guru Purnima last weekend, so I actually performed a small rendition dedicated to my guru.
Yeah.
One, it's on my Instagram page. For those of you who are curious, you can go look at it. I sang this rag called Maru, Bihag.
Yes.
I think one of the things learning music a little more seriously has taught me is any artist, for that fact, not just music. I think it's really important to be able to observe things closely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
an actor learning a new role, or, an artist looking at a painting. I think it's important to observe the little details, right?
Right.
What makes a certain music sound a certain way, right? So whether it's volume or modulation or pronunciation, where you focus on the syntax of the words, the way the sound comes out of your mouth, there are a lot of little details that
Right.
sort of, when put together, make a rendition a certain way. So I would actually, credit a lot of this thinking to my teacher,
Right.
Aditi. I learned from a person named Aditi Upadhyaji, and she lives in Bangalore and Malleshwaram. And this is something I learned from her. Close observation, right?
Right.
I think
Right.
that's all it is. So and also by nature, I'm very, I think about things a lot.
Right.
And I'm also extremely self-critical. So I keep trying to refine things that I'm working on. So I think all of that stuff put together really helps me look at things closely. And whenever I sing anything, whether it's a song in English or Hindi or Hindustani, I have a certain idea of what I want it to sound like in my head.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just trying to sort of make the two match. And some days it's really great, right? It's like yin and yang. It goes really well. And some days they're poles apart. So, I don't think it's always goes my way, but I usually I have a certain vision, and I'm trying to sort of get as close to it as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. The reason why I asked this, guys, just go to her Instagram handle. She just posted, I think, yesterday or day before, her Indian classical concert. I mean, she's the same lady, guys. I'm just telling you. She's the same lady who is today sitting with a guitar, rocking, English songs, where you just feel like, wow, what a great English voice. I mean, she just sounds amazing. But then when you go to her Insta post and check that out, she is sitting there, traditional, classical concert, giving her, hey, it's all lot of respect. I mean, I know very few artists who can do that, to be honest. A lot of respect on that. This is amazing.
Thank you.
With that, Sahana, what's the next song?
The next song I have, I think maybe a popular one. Are there maybe any Pratik Kuhad fans in the audience? I thought I'll add one of my favorite Pratik Kuhad songs.
Yeah.
It's from one, I think from one of his first albums. It's called Ye Pal.
Right.
And I love Pratik's music. I think he's someone who's just stayed true to his genre, and he effortlessly writes in English and Hindi, and I think he's an amazing songwriter.
True.
And I've really enjoyed learning some of his songs and looking at the way he writes his music. He's churned out like so many albums, and I know how hard it is to get one song right. So I have a lot of respect for his music, and I thought I'll cover one of my favorite Pratik songs. It's called Ye Pal.
Ye Pal, Pratik Kuhad. So this is going to be in Hindi, guys.
Yes, my only Hindi one, unfortunately, on this list.
Yes,
but
so let's listen to Sahana singing, covering Pratik Kuhad's song. Take it away in 3, 2, 1, and go.
लबों पे जो भी हो कह भी दो ठहरा हूँ मैं, ये दिल की बातों को रोको ना ठहरा हूँ मैं। नशीली रात है, तारे भी साथ है, गुनगुनाते हम चले शहरों की गलियों से। जाने क्यों ये पल पिघल गया फिसल गया, जाने क्यों ये पल पिघल गया पिघल गया। ये कोई ना कहे सुने भी कोई नए, इरादे वो ही है बदल रही मंजिलें। ये कैसा खेल है, क्यों इधर हम फंस गए, ये वादों का है क्या, आज है कल नहीं। जाने क्यों ये पल पिघल गया फिसल गया, जाने क्यों ये पल पिघल गया पिघल गया। तू भी है मैं भी हूँ, प्यार भी है यहाँ, नजर में तू आ गई, नजर में मैं आ गया। है रास्ते जुदा तो क्या हुआ, राजी हूँ मैं, जज्बातों का है क्या, आज है कल नहीं। लबों पे जो भी हो कह भी दो ठहरा हूँ मैं, ये दिल की बातों को रोको ना ठहरा हूँ मैं। नशीली रात है, तारे भी साथ है, गुनगुनाते हम चले शहरों की गलियों से। जाने क्यों ये पल पिघल गया फिसल गया, जाने क्यों ये पल पिघल गया पिघल गया पिघल गया पिघल गया पिघल गया पिघल गया. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. It is always difficult to cover another artist, especially somebody like Pratik Kuhad who has his own style already, because he doesn't fall into the, let's say, the cliche singers, in that respect. And Sahana, what a beautiful way to cover that song, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean,
I love this song. So it's the melody, the bass line, the walk down. I think he has a double bass in the actual
True.
track. It's just he makes it easy to sing it. So it's so pretty.
Yeah, the word easy reminds me, how do you easily move from English to, Hindi? That's my question to you, because now suddenly you start singing sounding like some indie pop singer, dude.
I should actually credit that to Shah Rukh Khan. I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, but I was a huge fan as a teenager.
Well, there are a
I
lot of
watched
fans sitting right here.
Every
SRK.
single film. I learned every single song. So a lot of my Hindi comes from that. But
Wow.
yeah, I'm still conscious of my Hindi. I feel like my pronunciations are not
No,
always.
they're beautiful. I mean, first of all, what really amazes me is the way you easily transition from English to Hindi. I mean, it just goes to show for me personally as a musician, the amount of practice you have put in, in understanding this style of singing and the other style of singing. I'm sure that, if you ever have a classical, piece to recite, maybe we should try that also as an impromptu, maybe one verse or something. The audience will actually get to know how versatile a singer you are, because not only can you
You'll
belt.
have to call me back for that.
Yeah, true. Actually, let's do that. Why don't we do Indian classical in season 6? But then again, it's amazing, Sahana. I mean, I really appreciate the diversity that you have, in your vocals, and of course in your understanding of music. Is just brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Moving on. So, yes, a few people chats I just saw while you were playing the song. Geetanjali says, Leah loves your music. She's sitting and listening and is woofing cutely.
That's cute.
Surya Prabha says, Sasha says, please keep singing. Rajni Naresh, so good. Kaila Srinivasan, following this upcoming star right away. Absolutely, guys. Please follow her.
Thank you.
That's very, very critical. And also do follow us. I keep forgetting.
Yes, please. Rajesh is like
exactly.
looking at you.
Yeah. So do subscribe to our channel, and of course do follow us on Insta and Facebook. By the way, for all of you who have tuned in for the first time, this is Friday Night Live. We started this last year. We are in season 5, episode 3. We've already featured 38 plus artists, whom all we love, right? They are just so amazing, and that's the reason why they were featured in FNL. Please do check them out. All their playlists are available on our YouTube channel. Show some love. Follow them on Insta. Their Insta handles are there in the description. But most important, do subscribe to our channel. One, and second is, please follow Sahana as an artist. She is amazing. She's just amazing. And yes, Rajini says yes to classical.
Oh man, really? I mean, with my guitar.
I mean, you can probably, take the swara from the guitar and sing a classical piece. I mean, why not? I mean, we've done that in the past, and it sounds brilliant. I mean, so maybe we should try something a bit later, but if time permits. But for now, what's the next song, Sahana?
The next song. Thank you. The next song. I actually thought I'll sing this also as a thank you to my mom, because when I was a kid, obviously too poor, didn't have enough pocket money to buy all the fancy cassettes that I wanted to hear. I'm dating myself because we had cassettes at those times.
Yes.
There was this one tape that she got me called Now 6. I don't know if have you heard of those Now series? And they used to be a big deal, right? So they're all the best of many really top bands. Yeah, Benga Boys, they were on there.
Okay.
So lots of bands, right? And for some reason, one song that I absolutely fell in love with was a song called "Kiss Me" by Sixpence None the Richer.
Yes.
And I always wanted to learn it, and so I started playing the guitar, and that was one of the first songs I tried to teach myself, looking at the chords on YouTube or whatever. And funnily enough, when I moved to the US and I was part of a band there, I wanted to sing this song, and then the bassist in a band came to me and said, "Hey, the person who's actually playing guitar for us now, do you know that his sister was the lead singer in the actual band?"
Wow.
So he was
That's
like,
amazing.
"Are you sure you want to sing this song?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oops, I had already put it on the set list, and I didn't know this about him." So I ended up singing in a pub or something with the actual the brother of the sister from the band.
Wow.
So it's a very special memory that I have, because I was like, wow, I had no idea, but it turned out to be decent. So it was a
Fabulous.
good
I'm sure you would have rocked the stage, and and of course we are enjoying here. So guys, here's the next song dedicated to
my mom, because she bought me Now 6. She bought me the tape.
Yes.
And the cassette, and I heard it so many times. I heard all the songs, and that cassette is still sort of etched in my head. And so this was on that tape. Oh, Rajesh has a Now series cassette here.
We have vinyls, we have cassettes,
Oh, that's
in
awesome.
the studio. Because
They were great, because
Yeah.
some bands had one great song, but it was a great song, so they would put it all together, and you didn't have Spotify, you didn't even have Pandora then. So how are you going to discover new artists unless you had the now tapes?
Yeah, so here's the next song from the Now tape. Bringing you live from Studio 7 Bangalore at the show called Friday Night Live. Sahana, take it away in 3, 2, 1, and go.
This is a song called "Kiss Me" by Sixpence None the Richer. Kiss me out of the bearded barley nightly, beside the green grass. Swing, swing, swing your spinning step. You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike out the band, make the fireflies dance, silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. So kiss me. Kiss me down by the broken tree house. Swing me upon his hanging tire. Bring your flowered hat. We'll take the trail marked on your father's map. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike out the band, and make the fireflies dance, silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. So kiss me. Kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike out the band, make the fireflies dance, silver moon sparkling. kiss me. So kiss me. So kiss me.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
It just brought back a lot of memories, to be honest. You know, I remember listening to this song definitely on a cassette. Sorry? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. You know, we used to listen to a lot of English music at Rajesh's flat that he had when we were engineers, or rather trying to study.
Rajesh should have done harmony with me then.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, I heard him sing. He was singing.
But then it definitely does bring us back to the memory lane of these famous songs, which are beautifully written and beautifully produced, you know, at that time, because, you know, of course it was all analog, and that's why, you know, in our studio we have a lot of analog gears, because, you know, we love the sound of analog, and analog is beautiful. It's not dead. It's evergreen, and the sound that it produces is something else. So yes, it was awesome, Sahana, and brilliantly done. And now I think we are already at the last song, if I'm right.
I think we have two more.
Two more, okay. Two more, then, guys. You know what a beautiful evening this is turning out to be. And of course, people on the chat are asking you if you can do some Hindustani classical, please.
Oh my God.
This is Rajni who's asking, and Geetanjali who's asking. And of course, Ruhi is saying
I have to blame this on you, Nadeem.
You should. I mean, why not? I mean, this is going to be brilliant. Sorry, sir? Tanpura, yeah, cool.
Okay.
So, if you want, whenever you're ready, you can tell us, and we can give you the. Oh yeah, Rajesh has the Tanpura app as well. Yeah, so that's awesome, you know. But then again, you know, let's move on to the next song, and then the last song. I really want at least like one verse of Hindustani, because then, you know, the entire Sahana for me as an artist would, the picture for me would be complete. So you have done English, you've done Hindi. See, people are really cheering you up.
So you're not going to call, you're not inviting me back for Hindustani.
We will. But then today I'm being very selfish. I really want to end the show by listening to at least one verse of Hindustani classical for sure. You know, on your favorite raga. But then let's move on to the next song.
Sure. I'll sing a little bit.
Yes, thank you.
So should you want me to continue with the set list that I originally had? Then?
Or we could improvise, you know, maybe we can pick, you can pick one song from the set list.
How
and
are
then
we doing on time?
Yeah, so we have time for only two songs.
Okay.
So we'll do one from your set list and one Hindustani impromptu. Yeah. And see, I'm a musician. We are all musicians here. And for us, we know that impromptu is the one that works the best, right? You know, so.
Can Ranjani give me my phone? I'll just use the Tanpura app. Then I'll just do a little bit of Hindustani app. I just want the tabla as well, because it has it on my specific app. I use this Tanpura, the iTabla Pro. I can't believe you guys are making me do this, but okay.
Yes. This is so much fun.
So
in the meantime, Rahul Patankar is here. Hello, Rahul. What's up, man? You know, he was the guy who played.
I might do one more song on the guitar, so I'll just keep it here.
So he was the one, you know, who was who did the last episode. You know, an amazing, you know, singer. And songwriter as well. So welcome, Rahul, again. AVR is here, dude. What's up? It's been a long time, you know, and haven't seen you on chat. Yes, we are doing fine. Hope you're doing fine as well. With that note, Sahana, are we ready for some Hindustani classical?
I'll just sing, you know, just a little bit.
1 minute. I'll take 1 minute also. I have no issues. It's amazing.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay. I'm just going to sing a little bit of this rag called Maru Bihag.
Maru Bihag.
Because this is something that I've been learning, and you know, I'd be happy to share it.
Yes, Maru Bihag, and yes.
Is the
Yes.
Tanpura audible?
Yes. Shall we? Is it the right? All right. Ready? Take it away in 3, 2, 1, and go.
I'm just going to share a little bit of this composition in Rag Maru Bihag. It's a Vilambit Khayal. I'll just sing a little bit of the Vilambit and I'll share a small composition in Drut, which is a little faster. जो बना भी तो जाए सखी उन बिना कछु नाही आवे जो बना भी तो जाए सखी उन बिना कछु नाही कछु नाही आवे जो बना भी तो जाए सखी उन बिना कछु नाही आवे जो बना भी तो जाए. That's just one small.
Wow. That was brilliant again. That's wonderful. Sahana, this is what I talk about versatility and the preparation of an artist. This is super critical if you're learning different forms of music, and different forms of music of course teach you different things, and it's also important to exhibit them. Of course, one show is not enough to exhibit all of your talent, I understand, but then I was being selfish. I was like, hey, come on, if you have learned so many forms of music, I really want to listen to it. And of course, this rag was amazing. There's a lot of Bollywood songs on this rag, right? Also, mm,
It's a very
yeah,
it's a very romanticized
exactly.
rag.
One song that comes to my mind is like, Dil jo na keh saka, something. So there are a lot of songs on this, but then brilliantly sung, Sahana. Love the rendition.
Thank you.
And
This is a composition by my guru's father,
Guru's father,
Pandit
yeah.
Dinkar Kaikiniji. So this is one of the compositions that he wrote. So
And it's a very new raga, new as in like new form of.
It's not very often I think sung as a vilambit, which is like a full rendition.
Correct.
In a composition. It's usually sung maybe in a smaller, as a smaller piece. So it's nice to see a different version of it.
Yes, I think the audiences are now satisfied as I am, because you finally gave us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it was very
classical.
short, but I maybe some other time, I'll let you know when I'm singing.
Yes. So guys, now we have come to the last song of this episode. We have come to the last part, and she will be presenting the last song.
So actually Nadeem had a request. He wanted me to play Zombie by the Cranberries. So I had two more songs in the very end, which one is The Only Constant Is Change.
I wanted to play the ukulele song. Rock, paper, scissors.
The ukulele song is actually short, so maybe I can squeeze it in.
Yeah, why not?
I can do the ukulele one, and then I can play Zombie.
You will be the first artist who will play ukulele on this show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ukulele one is also my composition, but it's not a very long song. So
let's do it. Let's do it.
We can try that and then go into Zombie, because I think Nadeem was there when I performed. When I performed, and he was like, "Can you please make sure you add that to your list?" Very dutifully did that. This next song is called The Only Constant Is Change. And this is also part of my debut EP,
Yes.
which I released last year, inspired by creating music in the lockdown. And this is a song that's, talks about how life is always not very straightforward.
Yes.
You think things are black and white, but they're actually gray.
Yeah. Gray. Don't even talk about gray. Just kidding. All set. Can we just check the ukulele, please?
Are you able to hear the uke? I can't hear it in my monitor.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's good, right? Now
All
you
right.
can hear
We
it.
have it. Ready? Take it away in 3, 2, 1, and go.
The Only Constant Is Change. It's on my debut EP. It's actually the second single I released. Hope you guys like it. You started crying, tears of the moon. You caught me lying, but don't judge me too soon. I think I'm growing out of my shoes. The wind is blowing sand over the news. Let's get married just for a while, until our worries fly the other side. It'll be alright. Walking backwards to that time where everyone is lost, in and out of love, back to a new start. I think you're stepping over the line while I'm crying. The begins to shine. We started walking on a tightrope. Stop the talking, love me till you're old and wise. Walking backwards to that town where everyone is lost, in and out of love, back to a new start. Walking backwards to that town where everyone is lost, in and out of love, back to a new start, back to a new start, back to a new start.
Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome, guys. First time we are hearing to an artist perform a song on ukulele. You know, this is a small little thing, which we call as a small guitar. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, my daughter calls it the baby guitar.
Yeah, baby guitar, and who could know that also could produce such soulful music? You know, it's awesome.
Thank you.
It's really awesome. And yes, now we are at the last song of the show. But then again, I'm really excited because I love this song. I was in Alliance Francaise where Sahana was performing on World Music Day Festival. In fact, she was the one who told me about it. And then when I went, and luckily I was there before her show, and I heard her version of Zombie, and I was like talking to her early this week, and I'm like, I hope you have the Zombie on your playlist.
I didn't have it actually on my set list.
Yeah, and it's so, like, the way your version is so cool. I really like it. So I want our audiences to enjoy Zombie from Sahana. So all set?
Yeah, thank you.
This is the last song, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a great evening, and what a beautiful performance by Sahana. But then we are at the last stage. So the last song tonight will be Zombie by Cranberries, but performed by Sahana in her own identity. Take it away, Sahana, in 3, 2, 1,
Thank you.
and go.
Child is slowly taken. The violence caused such silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Another mother's breaking, heart is taking over. The violence caused such silence. We must be mistaken. It's the same old theme since 1916. In your head, Zame, 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 oh, ooh, 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 ooh,
This is the best live cover version, of this song. Of course, it's sung by Cranberry. She is a rock star herself.
I was imagining distortion guitars, drum kit.
Yeah, exactly. Beautifully rendered by Sahana. What a song! I mean, it just takes me back to the memory lane of listening to Cranberries for the first time in Purple Haze. And these songs, some of these songs were introduced to us through visuals because that's the first time we ever heard this song. And man,
And it's a timeless song. Unfortunately, it's sad, but
Exactly.
even with Ukraine and everything going on, it's such a relevant song.
I was about to, just talk about that, that it is so.
It's sad that it's relevant even today.
It's really
but
sad.
yeah,
It's really
it is.
sad. The only war I think we need to have is the war to get better every day as a human being. But other than that, I think everything else is falsified by the social norms that we have created in our own heads and in the societies that we live in through religion, caste, and diversities, in geographies. But then again, that's where music comes in, and music is the healer. And a lot of musicians have spoken about peace, and how we need to live in harmony and things like that. But looks like it's going to take a few more years, maybe decades, or maybe millions of years for people to get it. But then again, let's come back to the performance. Amazing, Sahana. You've just
Thank you.
wooed the audience throughout the 1.5 hour set list that you had. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
for
my
playing.
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, but then again, I want to thank you for accepting my personal request of playing Hindustani classical because it is important. I mean, because I've also learned Hindustani, but
Sorry,
then again,
that was a really not great snippet of Hindustani music.
but then again, I mean, see, the thing is like, it's about the presentation, right? I just wanted our audiences or anyone who watches the stream tomorrow, day after, I don't know, maybe years down the lane.
Yeah, please don't judge the genre by what I sang today. It's a lot more beautiful than that.
Yes.
I sort of put together a Band-Aid version. So
But then again, it was beautiful and very, very nice mood that you set in for a
Thank you.
Friday, for a weekend that's going to
Thank
come
you.
up. And I just want to quickly read out some closing chats here. Where are we? Yes, Gitanjali says, Zombie, my favorite song. Ruhi says, Healing Voice. Alexandra says, Shun. So I think she's German, so she's saying Shun.
yes.
Yes, Extreme Zoo, I agree 100%. And this has been amazing. Alexandra, again, AVR, make music, not war. Yes, absolutely, AVR. Naresh, thank you, Studio 7. What an enjoyable evening. Thank you, Naresh. I know. Oh, yeah. Are you here? Oh, uncle. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my dad.
Sorry, I mean, I thought, your husband, I don't know where he is. I wanted our audience to at least, see his face. But then again.
He's camera shy.
Yeah,
so,
he told,
yeah.
Hema just checked and he was like, I don't want to be on camera types. But then again, thank you so much. Sorry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
just
have
wanted
the-
to say thank you to my daughter as well. It's, past her bedtime, but she doesn't like to miss any of my shows. So she's always there. So thank you, Tara. Thank you
That's
for
the daughter.
thank you
ladies and
for
gentlemen.
sitting through the whole concert. She doesn't know she's on camera, but that's fine.
Yes, on this side we have some beautiful ladies. This is Rajesh's elder sister, her daughter, and of course those are the two beautiful daughters of Rajesh. One is, yeah, are you a papa's daughter? No, mama's daughter. Yes, we have some awesome time, guys. Thank you so much, all of you, who have joined us in the stream today. And please come next Friday again. Every Friday we bring in a brand new artist and we go live from the studio. It's important to listen to good music, especially when weekend is coming up, because that just sets this mood for a great weekend at least.
And it's important to support independent artists,
Yes,
showing
absolutely.
up for concerts, listening to them on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Special thanks to the audience for patiently sitting through and supporting us on this wonderful evening.
Yes, thank you. And last, thank you, Sahana, for accepting the offer of coming.
My pleasure, my honor, and thank you to Rajesh, and thank you for all of you supporting me here with a wonderful sound check. And it's such a pleasure to sing in this space. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and it's you work on your music and then you go in, and if the sound sucks, the performance sucks because you're not inspired by what you're hearing in your ear. So a huge thanks to you guys for making this so cozy and such a beautiful space. And any independent musicians looking for a space to record, please come here. You're going to love singing in this wonderful space. And the sound has been absolutely fabulous. And I really loved every minute of singing here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's our pleasure and we loved it. We have also been selfish today, to get the most out of you as an artist, to be honest, if that's fair to say. Thank you all the audience. And yes, next Friday we'll see you guys. But before I go, please make sure that you follow Sahana. Her social media links and her Spotify link is there in the description.
Yeah,
so listen to her music.
If you like the music, please follow me on Spotify. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's also in the name of Sahana Naresh. And my Instagram is shameless plug. Sahana Naresh Official is my Instagram channel. Please follow me. Take a minute to check out my page. If you like the music, please follow me. It really helps support my music.
Please support there. It's very important to bring out these kind of artists, and that's what we are doing as FNL, our small little try into this space. But thank you guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And love you all and see you next Friday.
Thank you, Nadeem, for being such a wonderful host. You really kept the energy up and all your lovely questions. I had fun answering them.
Thank you, man. I had fun too. As usual, I forgot a lot of things which I do anyways, and now I have to listen to the producer giving me some gyan now after the show. But then again, that's life.
And Rajesh as well. Thank you. Thank you too for helping with all the setup.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend. And that's it from Studio 7, Friday Night Live. This is Friday Night Live. See you next Friday at 8 p.m. with a brand new artist.
Hema as well. Sorry, I forgot to thank Hema as well.
Yes,
thank you.
See you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye. I have to dip myself.